Hi survivors, it's me Purpose and reporting to you. Hope you guys are doing well because what's going on in this world is not. I want to talk about how people are really suffering right now under this satanic, demonic system. And it's unfortunate that it took all this heavy sinflation. I call it sinflation because that was all this stuff has deliberately been done, raising up the prices on everything, but yet people wages remain the same. That's just satanic. And it's going around, it's going on globally. Just so you know, that's not just happening here in America. Y'all, people are severely suffering. And I have to be careful with my words because I don't want to say people like I'm not included, we're not included. Even if you're well off and you're doing okay, if people are suffering, majority of people are suffering, that means we're all suffering in a way because it affects us. It affects us all, collectively. That's why I don't understand why people don't stick together. They have caused us to be so divided with racism and sexism and classes, rich, poor, middle class. We're all people. So they've been doing a series of different TikToks of so many different people expressing their anguish and frustration in regards to they can't afford food. Now they can't afford food, they can't afford the housing, they can't afford the gas, they just can't afford to live. We know the children are about to go back to school, and I encourage y'all to pray for your kids going to them schools, and I also encourage y'all to educate your kids yourself. You can send them to school all day long, but you need to educate them at home because school ain't gonna really teach them and prepare them for what's really going on in the world like you would, and instill the word of God in your children and teach them how to pray. That's something those schools not gonna do. Anyway, going back to what I was saying, the kids are going back to school. So now the parents can get some kind of relief when it comes to the food. I don't know. I didn't send my kids to these schools, but when I did to see where she was in her education in regards to compared to the system and what we was doing for her, what I was doing for her at home, I sent her with a lunch because I didn't let them feed mine. My point is, a lot of parents and households going to get a little breather in regards to their finances dealing with the budget for food because people are going crazy right now. I've never seen it, the wave of frustration, the wave of anxiety and panic attacks the way I'm seeing it now with everything that we're dealing with in the world, the climate in the world, and with the prices of food. This one mother, she said, I just spent $400 on food. She said, today we have no food. She said that happened in a week. In a week. I think she had like 3 or 4 children. And this is another thing, y'all. I know times are really hard for most of us, right? For most people, times are really, really hard, right? And a lot of us are finding, another thing, a lot of us find ourselves working 3 and 4 jobs. I'm one of them. But going back to these children and food, I don't know if y'all doing this, but if I still was taking care of kids in my household, I would limit all that going in the refrigerator getting whatever you want to get. I know times are hard. I know food is high, but a lot of parents, they let their kids run stuff. And that's what we messed up in life. And that's why so many of these kids are disrespectful. That's why so many of these kids don't have a sense of knowing how to earn even as teenagers. Because a lot of parents let them just go and do whatever they want to do. And I'm not saying that's the case for most people. Some of y'all may have a budget. Some of y'all may have rules where, okay, you only going to eat when I cook. And other than that, don't be going in and out of this refrigerator. Some people let their kids go in and out that refrigerator, knowing times is hard, knowing food is high, and then it causes us a severe problem. I would like to encourage, if you are one of those people, you could do it in a nice way, but you have to be stern with these kids. If not, later on in life, they run all over you when you're older and you can't really be dealing with it. And they're responsible for you when you get older. So you better make sure you instilling some discipline in them, some disciplinarian in them, and you making sure they're minding you. And you putting rules and stuff in place where it's going to help them in life and help yourself and help your household. Now, if I have kids right now in the house and food being high the way it is, no, You're going to eat when I cook or when someone cook, or let them cook too. They need to learn how to cook. You're going to eat a meal. It's not going to be any snacking in between. You can get water all day, but all that juice all day, no. We're going to do that with meals or at certain times. This is the eating schedule right here, and nobody touch the refrigerator until it's time. Nobody touch this refrigerator unless you get consent from me. Let me tell you something. The way I grew up, I didn't like it when I was young, but now I understand and I appreciate it. My grandparents, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. My grandfather had 14 kids. He was never on no welfare. Now, he did go get the government cheese and stuff like that and the beans and rice. We ate beans and rice every day. Literally, I'm not lying to you. Now, sometimes because he was a pastor and my grandmother was a missionary, doing church occasions, anniversary services, okay, we, get some food, go to church's chicken maybe once or twice a year. I'm not lying. Other than that, it was mainly beans and rice, or it was like grits in the morning, or some kind of little cold cereal, cornflakes, or something like that with powdered milk or something like that. I can't tell you not one story now where we always had food. We going in and out the refrigerator. We'll take that government cheese, we'll put it on some of everything. I won't lie to you. With that one meal that we had, that beans and rice, it filled us up, and then they had a garden, a garden in the back. We didn't have no where we going in and out the refrigerator. If we was, we weren't gonna see nothing. But every day we had food to eat. So I'm trying to tell y'all, and that's another thing. A lot of these kids are spoiled. Y'all go, a lot of these parents, they go in there, they go to their grocery store, they be buying anything these kids want. Y'all done got them kids used to eating whatever they want to eat instead of y'all giving them what they need to be eating. So I would stop that right now. Letting them just go in there, eat whatever they want to eat whenever they want to eat. Because $400 in 1 week and all the food is gone. Now, granted, I don't think that's that lady's fault. And I'm not putting it out on those children either, because the price of food is insane. Just for myself, $100-some a week on food will be gone in 3 or 4 days, especially when you eat healthy the way I eat. A bag of cherries now, in certain areas, $15, $20. And I eat cherries because they're good with the inflation with your knees. And because I'll do a lot of walking and jogging and exercising and dancing. Pineapples. If you don't buy the whole pineapple, which sometimes they don't even sell it, and if they cut it up in chunks, you're looking at $8 to $10 just for a little box of those. So we talking about $20, $30 just right there for just 2 healthy products. So I know it's hard, and I know we're not getting a lot of bang for our buck, but I'm saying we're gonna have to discipline ourselves, discipline the people in our family and our children to eat less. That's just what it is. Eat less and eat at scheduled times, and then your body get used to eating at scheduled times, and it won't be fiending for food all doggone day long. Some people eat just because they bored. These ain't the times for that. But anyway, going back to the video, so many people are complaining about all this stuff, and I pray to God that it open up our eyes and we'll have alternative ways of living, and we'll get off this system who don't care nothing about us. Because I'm telling you, this stuff is so dire. When people get off the system, they won't ever return back to it. I'm telling you, won't ever return back to it, because they see it's deadly, it's dangerous, and most of all, it's demonic. Let's stay prayed up. Let's stay prepped up. Let's discipline ourselves to eat less. It don't take all that. I don't see how people are not trying to eat 1 meal a day by now with the way food prices are. They don't take all that in the body. They try to make us think, 3, 4 meals a day. Yeah, because they want you to eat this nonsense, crap, foolishness, because it's going to affect your lifespan, number one. Number two, it feeds their system. It fuels their system. It doesn't help us. And number three, it's not even